So, Drew, I think I'd like to start this off with what. First of all, hope you're doing good. Because we haven't had a chance to like sit down and do anything that's not just as our big group in a while, have we?
No, no, I feel like we're all super disconnected now. I mean, it's nice just to sit down with you, Seth, and chat some stuff out. I miss the rest of the boys too. We got to get a whole bunch of special guests on here or something.
Yeah, and so that's what I wanted to bring up because I think you see that band-aid you got on your arm,
Oh,
that one you got
yep,
right there.
the little Hello Kitty one. I see it.
I'm gonna rip it right off of your arm, okay?
Oh,
Because
oh,
um I know you've got this dream, right? You want so badly for us to keep being able to play in person. Because
yes.
I see you every week. You're like, hey, we playing in person this week. Hey, we playing in person this week. I think we're an online group now, Drew.
I know, I
It
know. I really, really hate it though. I want to be in person. I want to look at everyone's faces when I get a nat 20, when a cool moment pops up on like high five boys, and just pass it around the
I
table.
know.
I miss it.
I
We
know
we could keep it going. We
we
definitely
had the
can.
years yeah, we had the years and the years of being in person, which was always great. But now I don't know what it is because it doesn't really affect me. I have to be online no matter what. Sean has to be online no matter what, right?
Hmm.
But then it's like now that it's not just one person online, everybody's like, nah, it's more convenient for us to just stay home, right? And it's also just convenient for all of us to have the individual Roll20 views since Zach has been DMing on Roll20 and I've been DMing on Roll20.
I think we can make it work though with Roll20. I think if we pull up a little TV where it shows all of us and our positions, right? We just have one person that's coordinated for the like the laptop guy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think we
yeah.
can make it work.
No, no, no. I can see it working too. The thing I'm saying though is it's the convenience versus like the novelty of it. Like I would love to be in person as much as the next person would, right? But I do have to say these online sessions where like everybody's got control of their character on Roll20 and stuff. I think the last time we did the big battle, with the hags and everything like that was one of my favorite sessions we played, and I was like, man, that was so much fun, even though we weren't in person. So it doesn't really affect me either way, but that's why I was trying to be to like with you. I wanted to be like, man, I hate seeing every week whenever you have to be disappointed by the fact that nobody really wants to come over because they're like, we can just play from home.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna keep pushing it, and hopefully one of these days we can all group up. If nothing else, I got this new place a couple months ago, and no one has come over to see it. So like, I want someone to come over and just chill and hang
Well, yeah,
out, you
when the
know?
life of the party moves to California, what are you gonna do?
I know, I know. So here's what happens, right? Here's how we get back to playing at the table. Since you're like the leader, what you do is you come in, right? You come in person. You get over here, and then everyone else will be like, "Oh wow, we want to see Seth so bad," and they'll all come over, and they'll realize how cool the new place is that we'll just do it forever. That's kind of the vibe I'm going with.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to wait till December because that's next time I'll be in town.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's 5 months from now because I'll get holiday block leave in December. So for 2 weeks around Christmas, I'll be able to come to North Carolina.
I will say, man, I'm waiting for you to visit. I'm waiting for Sean to visit again. It has been so long since we've played in person that I've actually considered like looking for as an addition, obviously not as a replacement, but looking for another group of D&D players to play in person
Yeah,
because I'm not getting my itch scratched of seeing people in
yeah.
person, and it's like it just gets me every time we finish up and people just drop it out of the call. There's no, oh, goodbye, Patrick, I'll see you later, as he closes the door, and then we talk mad shit about him when he walks out. Like I
I
missed
mean, I
that.
will say last time Chase and I stuck around for a while, we talked for like an hour and a half.
I was in there for a while, and then you guys were really into it. I was like, man, I really gotta go, so I just kind of disconnected. Didn't want to
Yeah,
like
we
fuck
just
up
saw
your
you drop out,
conversation.
and we were like, whatever, we'll just keep going.
You guys were going hard, a lot about Chinese, and I
Well,
was like, I don't know what's happening. I gotta go. I gotta go to
he
bed.
had a lot of questions.
No, it was really interesting. I was just like, I'm so tired. I got work in the morning. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm always happy to oblige because like I find it interesting and everything like that. And so yeah, I'm always happy to like give details on it. But yeah, I hate to say it. I think getting together in person is no longer the normal. I feel like that's going to be like oh, you know what? Drew's getting food and everybody wants to go hang out and Seth and Sean will be on the screen. But unless you can get you, Chase, Patrick, uh, and Zach all together, I don't think everybody will come unless all four of you can.
I think I need to finesse Chase a little bit. Like I need to incentivize him to come over, you know?
Pay him.
Because well, he's got his whole thing going on. Like, he's got a job now, and he's living his best life. But if I could just like, I don't know, maybe if I do get some food, maybe that would be the incentive for everybody to come on over. I could always like, I don't know. Well, actually, Chase won't take my food anyway, so I can't even incentivize him with food. He'll bring over his own goldfish and stuff. I gotta find out how to
he won't
get
even
him.
eat your food.
Yeah. There's gotta be. You know how like when you're teaching kids in like preschool or kindergarten, you could do the sticker route or there's the snack
Yeah.
route. I gotta find like what is Chase's gold star sticker? Like what is it that gets him going? You know? I gotta get some of those.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a good like beginning topic for today. Welcome to Table Talk Friday. My name is Seth Pittman. I'm joined by one of my best friends, Andrew Romano. How are you doing today?
You know, Seth, I'm living my life to the fullest over here, pushing on through, got a new job, got medical stuff going on, and our group is all online now, but we're making it, we're living life to the fullest, and I'm ready to talk about some D&D or whatever we decide to talk about today.
Same. So I am living my life to the fullest, stressed to the. I am in the middle of the hardest point in my life. I don't think my brain will ever feel as taxed as it does right now, and how it probably will for the next year. And I think that's a really good thing for future me who has graduated Chinese, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to because right now I'm in the thick of it. I'm going through it. I'm struggling every day to stay like engaged. And thinking about it a year from now, I think I'll get to like things in my my late 20s and 30s where I'll be like, man, all of this is so easy because I went through learning Chinese in a year.
Oh, it's just like you refer back to it as, oh, it could have been worse, or it could have been that.
Yeah, like right now could be worse because I've done this. Just like I've struggled through this.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I think that's good though because you're doing so well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still one of the top ones, and it's a big life lesson, like I said, on perseverance, like being able to like push through really tough things. Which is good. I think that's good for anybody to deal with. But other than that, I have been doing some things to get really into it. So one, I watched a Chinese anime yesterday that's about like a time traveling dude, and I was watching it. It has both Chinese and English subtitles, and I was watching it, and sometimes I would hear them say something that like I understood before I read it. You know.
That's very cool.
So I'm only 10 weeks into learning, and like I would hear them say something, or I would like they would say a phrase, and I'd be like, wait, you can use that like that? And one of my buddies was over, so I paused it, and I was like, okay, so he said this. We were told we can only use it like this, but apparently casually they'll use it like this. That's crazy. So it was cool to watch something in the language you're learning and be like, hey, I got that.
Yeah, the real life connection really helps you pick up on stuff. When I was initially teaching myself Spanish a very long time ago, the best learning moments I had were definitely like, I played DVD a lot, right? So I would learn like the Spanish words for hook or for like generator, and it would come up like, oh yeah, I know that. That's cool.
Now, are you ready for the news that I think you'll go at? Are you ready for that?
Now, was that a good or is that kind of like a grunty one?
This is a like why
Oh, well, I'm not as ready for that, but I'll still take it, I guess.
So, yesterday I changed the region on my Xbox Series S to Taiwan. Why did I do that, you ask? Because you can get games off of Game Pass that are only available in China and Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
And I did that because I wanted to download the Chinese version of Persona 5.
Oh my god, Seth, quit playing that game! You've beaten it just as many times as you have Mass Effect.
Exactly. So it's the perfect game. It's full of text and stuff that I already understand, so I can learn more Chinese words.
Seth, please just play a different game. Like I'm really proud of you for playing like the Chinese games and learning the language through your own creative way. But play anything else. Like even if you go back to Destiny, I'm cool with that. Just play something else. I'm so sick of hearing about Persona and Sonic the Hedgehog. I need you to play something drastically different than what you're used to.
No, it's so good. Okay, okay, so I'm also almost done with Trails in the Sky second chapter. I'm on the last chapter. I'll be done with that one, and then I only have 10 more games.
Bro, you have been talking about that since our last the last apartment.
And this time I'm on the last chapter. I have to finish about 2 more hours of the game.
Yeah, but the last time you were close to the ending, you had to restart because you hadn't played it in a while.
Yeah, I took a break.
Seth, you have to just remember that Band-Aid we were talking about before? I need you to just rip it off. Please finish this game.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'm on the last chapter. I'm going to finish this one and then take a break until I play the third game in the series.
And you said there's 10 of them?
No. So you really don't want me to explain this. Anyways, there's these games are like the MCU, right? So
Yes.
there's the first trilogy called Trails in the Sky. I'm holding my left hand up right now and I'm showing like a graph. So here's
Okay.
Trails in the Sky over here. Boom. And then I'm holding my right hand up. Here is Trails of Cold Steel, right? There's 4 games over there. And then right here in the middle are 2 games called Trails from Zero and Trails into Azure. Okay, so now I got both hands in the middle now.
Okay.
These all make up 3 different like not timelines, but 3 different plots that are going on. And these games have been coming out since the early 2000s. And they're doing something and how are continuing to do something that no game series really does, which is all of these games have separate storylines going on and they link together later. So I'm talking, these are not like, short 20-hour RPGs that you then link together and it's like, whoa, that was crazy. No, these are like, if there wasn't like the turbo mode and me going through text like a madman, like just reading and clicking and reading and clicking, these could be upwards of like 60, 70-hour games, but I'm cutting them down to like 30, 40 hours because I'm going so fast.
But then you're not going to know the stuff when everyone remerges.
No, it's like side quest stuff, things that don't matter that I'm clicking through. And then whenever characters are talking to other notable characters, I'm reading, obviously. But like when it comes to battles and stuff, I take my time, I optimize my build and like my abilities, and then I go wreck a bunch of like monsters. And then I'm a little bit over leveled, so then I go into combat and it's easy.
To me, it sounds like when you beat the first part of Doki Doki, and then you have to get through it again, and so you're just like zipping through all the text that you've already read before.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting in my brain.
So I'm about to beat the second one in the Trails in the Sky trilogy. I played Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, which are like their own little contained story. So I played those, which is great. But then you can't play Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 until you've beaten the other games in the series because those characters come into this game.
Okay.
So now the only reason I started this journey with the Trails series is because I heard Trails of Cold Steel was kind of like Persona because they have like the relationship building mechanics and stuff like where oh man, I really like this dude. He's my bro. I want to hang out with him more and get his story. They have those mechanics in Trails of Cold Steel, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna I want to play a game kind of like that. And then after playing Trails of Cold Steel 1 is when I learned these games are the MCU. And so now I'm about to play the third game in the Trails in the Sky trilogy. Then I have 2 games from Trails from Zero, Trails into Azure. And then I have 2 more Trails of Cold Steel games until I can play the newest game that just released last week, Trails into Reverie, which combines all 3 stories together finally.
Oh, okay. So that's the big confirm, though. Like, that should be a major push.
Yeah, so there's 10 games total that right now. And then there's 2 other games that have released, but they're not localized to English yet. So they're only in Japanese. And so right now I only have to worry about these 10. And I'm about to finish the 4th one and go into the 5th one.
I don't know if I could commit to a game with that many games in their series, because it would take me forever to get through all of that. I just don't know if I have the patience or the dedication to get through all those games.
So I feel like it is a masterclass in leading, being able to do big story arcs and lead you into like a bigger thing. Sort of like, all the Avengers storylines led into Endgame, right? Like all of these games are leading up to one big conflict with this society called Ouroboros, which are like a secret society. You know some of the members, but you don't know like the reasons they're doing anything. And even at the end of these games, you don't get the big reveals of like, oh, they're doing this. You're still like, I'm still waiting after playing 4 full games for an answer of what the heck the society even wants.
I'm gonna crap on it really quick because I think similar to the Reapers, the Ouroboros word or like Ragnarok, they're just overused in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing all 3 of them.
Odyssey now too. Like the word Odyssey is being used a lot in a bunch of games. There was Super Mario Odyssey, One Piece Odyssey.
Make a new word. Make a new word.
Yeah. It's I agree that naming your secret societies and stuff is crazy. Like they're never creative. But it helps me with thinking about how I can arrange storylines in like D&D, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about it a good bit, and you should see like all of my notes and stuff that I've been working on for you guys, because that's why I
Mm-hmm.
messaged you guys the other day and we're like, hey, I want you guys to go ahead and start thinking about your characters for Spelljammer, because I have an idea in mind and we're going to be starting in a cool place.
That feels so far away though, Seth. I completely understand thinking about it now, but
Yeah,
it literally feels like it's 2 years away, and it's like it's so late. I
it
don't
is
even.
not. I guarantee you it is not.
That's
I don't know if you listened
insane.
to the last episode, but Zach and I talked about it. We have a max of 12 sessions left, maybe a minimum of 9.
Yeah, so I always listen to if I'm not involved in the episode, I always listen to like most of it to make sure I have a good description up. And so I heard a little bit of it. I heard some of you guys' opinions and all that. And you said it was like 10 sessions. I think that's exactly what you said in the first place, and you
Yeah,
guys were
yeah.
debating back and forth. That's well, first of all, 10 sessions right now with the rate we're playing, that's like a whole nother year. We're playing like once a month at this point, I feel like. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
which
what the
sucks.
actual rate
I'm
is.
hoping we can knock it out soon.
Yeah, but in the same sense, like I'm having a lot of fun, and I really don't want it to end yet because I feel like we're not fully back into the thing yet. You know, I got to get back into my wizard groove and feeling everything and remembering what's going on. Nowadays, when we play a session, it's like, well, the last time we played was 5 weeks ago. What are we doing again? You know, I want to get back into that smooth groove and get that rhythm going.
That's true. That's true. It is. There is a good bit of time between sessions. Um, I would like to be able to play next week. Fingers crossed. Um, and if not, I know everybody except Patrick is available. I hate to break the streak of 70 something sessions where everybody has been there, but at the same time, I want to play my story. Like it's gonna take me so long to get into my story um if we don't play. I
Yeah.
want the climax to mean something.
No, I am super conflicted because I feel like it's obviously a world and a journey that we've crafted together. But there's definitely been like just one or two people that have consistently not been able to do it. So it's like, well, do we go ahead? I don't know. I feel kind of bad, but I want to play. Which is why I'm super glad that we're doing Out of the Abyss, though, as well as whatever Sean wanted to run. He said something about the Odyssey of Theros or something like that, Odysseus of Theros.
Yeah, he's thinking about doing like a Greek mythology campaign, which I'm into trying.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
super
just
into that.
I like those things as like things that we do when we can't all be together though, but I am not as into like sitting down and playing as I am DMing. So like it's hard for me to get as excited. Like we're playing today, right? And I'm excited to sit down and be with the boys and play, but I would be much more excited if I was running the session.
Yeah, and I think that's great. To me, Avernus is definitely like the primary game, right? So I hope every week that we get to play Avernus, but we've gotten so broken in our streak that it's like it's kind of coming to the point where as long as we can play a main campaign or a campaign of sorts, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
Just because I know for a while we were doing one-offs, which was great for exploring different things. You know, we got into using like firearms in the games. We got like Western settings. We even got like a future setting with a keys to the Golden Vault. That did the what was it called? The train heists with Zach. That was super sick. Like trying all that new stuff was really cool, and it put some different things in my D&D belts, right? My experiences. Um, but I do want to get back to one whole game if possible. For me, it's kind of like we have two right now. We have Avernus and Out of the Abyss. I'm trying to change my mindset of one major game because it doesn't look like we can do that for right now into like two major games and just to get hyped up over both of them if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we got to see where it goes. I'm gonna keep pushing to get people in person.
Well,
Maybe that picks up some fun. Maybe we can keep pushing for
so
Avernus.
my idea right now, for when we get to Spelljammer, because that's still my big plan, I did
Hmm.
order the Ethereal Expanse book, which I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like a astral plane like setting that I was going to use for like some inspiration. Because just the strict Spelljammer setting isn't really my jam, and I also want to have different ship battling rules than what they apply in the Spelljammer book, because I find it to be very confusing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, how they're written in the official book. So I'm looking on like DM's Guild and stuff for like really good ship rules. Because I want you guys to have a really cool like space exploration ship campaign, right?
Yeah, for
Um,
sure, for sure.
and so my big thoughts overall right now, and obviously our boy Pyth um, has some cool stuff coming up for him at the with the finale of this campaign coming up. Right, I've got big stuff for everyone. And something
I've
I
been thinking
told
about
Zach
it.
last week. Yeah, I told Zach last week. I was like, make sure you keep your character sheets handy just in case your character survives. Um,
Just in case, you
and
never know.
just in case your character survives. But with our next big adventure being like this big space adventure, I think it would be like right for the time where I can have maybe I told Patrick, I was like, hey, it would be good if you made a character that maybe sometimes he just stays back on the ship, or maybe sometimes he just stays back on whatever place you're going to because he has stuff to work on or something like that. Because I don't want to have a main campaign where we're like playing once a month. That's
Yeah.
been a vibe killer for me because I'm like, oh man, I've got all these weeks off where I'm not DMing, and then I got to get back into the vibe of DMing again.
Yeah.
Whenever it happens.
No, I think it's definitely not a bad idea. I definitely like. I don't want to say I frown upon it. It's just sad because I know we've been playing together for years and we're so well crafted for each other. Like we know how to respond to each other. We know
Yeah,
how to role play well. We know that we're all going to back each other up in combat for the most part. So the idea of one person going or at least not being there all the time makes me a little sad. But who knows? Maybe there's someone else we can pull on in too. Although also if Patrick's very rarely available, that just brings us down to four, which four is kind of the ideal party size anyway. We've always been a little bigger than usual.
yeah. No, I think we keep the party the exact same. Just his character will be like he could be like a mechanic or something and stay on the ship if needed.
I also love the idea that instead of that, you remember that one time you had Patrick play the boss Imrith in that?
Yes,
Was that the end of Storm Kings? Yeah, I think that's what it
that
was.
was the epilogue. Yeah.
Oh, the epilogue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I almost love the idea that instead of him playing a character, just whatever he's available, he just plays one of the bad guys or one of the NPCs that we're escorting. I think that would be actually hysterical, and it would get us absolutely pumped to be like, oh yeah, you run into this maiden in the tavern, and Patrick just comes up like, oh hello, it's me, the maiden. Like I would get an absolute blast out of that.
That would be funny. So yeah, I really want to be able to keep DMing weekly for you guys because it's good relaxation for me, and also, man, I finally been putting together like this giant like outline of like this is where everything that I've been working on through my stories and like DMing are going to be leading to, and I
Mm-hmm.
need years to do that. So I need us to start playing more often.
Oh, so your Final Trails game just came out, basically, is what you're saying. It's in the
No, mine hasn't
works.
come out. I'm developing my Final Trails game, but I need to craft these sequential stories in order to get there. Because I just assume that we're going to be playing for a very long time still, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in order for me to get to like these really big payoffs in the future, I need to be able to play more often, which is why I'm like, okay, if for our Spelljammer campaign that I anticipate being like 30 to 40 sessions, uh, if that ends up being the what's it called,
The pinnacle.
yeah, no, if that ends up being just one where Patrick jumps in and out and we go through this story and we enjoy our little space setting, then that's what I'm down for.
I feel like it'd be super memorable if that was the case. Even so, like even without Patrick at the table, it'll still be a blast. It's just difficult for me to think about it right now. It's like, oh man, we're cutting somebody out. But I do
Yeah.
really want to get back into this groove so bad. Like I've just been thinking about it all the time.
And I think that's just the nature of life changing while you're trying to maintain a D&D group, and that's a good title for this episode because it's like that's just the way the cookie crumbles with every D&D group. I think that most groups fall off. It's like with gambling, right? Most people quit before they win big.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Most people quit before they win big.
Uh,
The all the best gamblers quit early. They always run out of money too early. Um,
oh,
so
oh, you know what?
yeah,
You were totally tearing my mood down, thinking like, oh man, D&D's dying off. But I just realized
no,
we're
it's
playing
not.
in like 2 hours, so I have a little boost of energy now. I feel better. I got a little
No,
stim.
and that's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I'm trying to say is that like the game is going to change for us, and that's okay. We're still going to tell really amazing stories through it. Speaking of amazing stories in games, Baldur's Gate 3 has been dropping these new trailers and stuff recently because it's going to be coming out very, very soon. And I was not excited about Baldur's Gate 3 at all until I saw like the recent stuff that's been dropping on it. And now I'm actually probably going to end up playing it.
Yeah, so I really didn't know anything about this game. It had come up as a little conversational piece, and so I did a little bit of research into it. It looks really fun, and that's coming from me, the same guy who plays Dead by Daylight and Pokemon Go and Clash of Clans every day of his life for the last 10 years. But it looks really interesting. I did like a little review. I watched the trailer. It looks pretty cool. I don't know who anybody is, but I've also been told that this game is supposed to be kind of separate from the previous ones, perhaps. Like, it's not necessarily a continuation. So,
well, Descent into Avernus is a prequel to whatever story goes on.
Ooh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, see, I didn't know that, but now I'll know to look for our particular characters like Oswin, Maker, and Fife.
I will say, in one of the trailers that led up to Baldur's Gate 3 earlier being announced like years ago, Zariel was in the trailer as a villain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that would be kind of weird too.
Her original form. Yeah, it would be weird for us who have our own story around Zariel and stuff. But I would love to see you guys play the game and make like your characters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
How crazy would it be for you
to?
Because the game works like D&D. Like if you try to convince a character to do something, you have to roll a d20, even if you have a +7. I'm pretty sure the character building mechanics are just 5e mechanics.
Yeah. I saw that broke it down. That got me really going when they actually broke out the d20 on the screen and had you roll. That sounded so fun. I love the the gambling on the game.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna play a 5e video game. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's come up before. We've talked about other games that were supposed to kind of come close to playing D&D kind of on your own digitally. But this one looks pretty cool. I don't know how it compares to the other ones that have come out. The one that comes to mind is kind of like Tiny Tina's, which is not exactly what I'm talking about.
No, that's a spoof. That's more of like a spoof on D&D.
Yeah, but I don't know. This one looks like it might actually have some potential to, not to match up with obviously playing at the physical table with your boys, because that's a special thing, but it might actually give a very, very similar vibe to playing D&D at the table.
Which is freaking amazing. I'm excited to get into something like that where like, and I wonder, is it co-op?
I don't know if it is. I imagine you could play online with people.
Let's see. I'm about to look it up. Let's see. Baldur's Gate 3 co-op. We're about to find out.
If it is, I would love to do it together with either you or Chase.
You can also play it in a co-op group of 2 to 4 players.
Okay, we gotta do that.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, see, we can play as our freaking characters, dude.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because it's the same 12 classes, the same 12, like, the same different abilities. It's so freaking cool.
Yeah, I saw it broke it down. They even had, like, sub-races and subclasses.
One second. I'm buying the early access version right now.
So wait, when does this come out? Because I thought it had come out already, and then when I did my research, it looks like it hasn't. Or it's coming out soon.
No, it has not come out yet. I believe that it drops right around the same time as release date, October 6th, 2020. Oh, that was for the early access version. I don't know when the full release date is. Let me check on that too. Baldur's Gate 3 release date.
See,
I don't know how I'm gonna have time to play this on top of everything else, but okay, August 2023, so next month. August 3rd on PC, and then September 6th on PS5. Xbox does not have a confirmed date yet, so what they're doing is actually, I think, super smart. On PC, they're dropping it a month before Starfield, because Starfield's going to be on PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass, right? So on PS5, because Starfield is Xbox exclusive, right? I think. Yeah, Starfield's Xbox exclusive. So they're dropping it on PS5 on the same day as Starfield. So like, okay, big game comes out over here. Okay, also big game comes out over here.
That's pretty cool.
So that's a good idea. They have not announced the Xbox release date yet, because I think it's pretty much ready, but they're not dropping it the same day as Starfield on Xbox. They're like, that's a bad idea. We'll wait like a month or two to drop it on Xbox.
Yeah, I was looking at the Baldur's Gate dates, and I think they said the Xbox one was going to actually come out a little bit later.
Yes.
Which I'm not super stoked about, but also I'm not like a day one guy anyway. I'll wait a couple days and see what it's about.
I'm a day one guy.
No. There's only 2 games I'm willing to pre-order. That will be a new Doom and a new Mortal Kombat, because I know I'm going to play them no matter what.
Well, good thing about this on PC though is early access is still available right now, so you can go ahead and start playing if you want.
Oh man, I do want to give it a
So
try.
early access is already available on PC. So I'm heavily thinking about just go ahead and starting the early access if the stuff carries over. But yeah, it looks so freaking good. Like it looks like a good D&D adventure, which is exactly what I'm kind of looking for right now. I'm looking for a good story. It looks almost like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, which, as you know, like those types of story games are my cup of tea. I'm gonna drink it right up.
Drink it right up. No,
Drink it right up.
I'm definitely down to try something new. I know I mentioned before we started podcasting, Seth, that I've been actually playing some new games recently.
I was just about to ask you
nothing,
about that.
Nothing like new off the charts or anything like that. But I have branched away from DBD a little bit and still playing it. And of course, Nicolas Cage is coming out next week or the week after, so I gotta go back and play that, obviously.
That guy.
But I have been dabbling in Don't Starve Together, which is super fun. It's a big survival game. Which I know you've heard of before. And sorry, one second. And I've also tried. I want to get back into a shooter for sure. I want to shoot something, and I don't know what I'm going to be shooting at yet. I decided to touch on Warzone because Warzone is obviously one of the bigger shooters now. I don't think PlayerUnknown's is big anymore, and Apex is just not my style. So I've been fucking around with Warzone a little bit, which has actually been pretty fun. I'm trying to get my aiming down sights back again and running around and double jumping and sliding and
now,
all that kind of stuff.
Are you playing on your own?
No, I've been playing with what should I call him? We'll go with
Warzone Eric.
We'll go Warzone Eric. Yeah, Warzone Eric and I we've been playing a good bit. I'm actually having a lot of fun. There's a DMZ game mode, which is kind of like you go in and loot stuff and escape. That's really fun. There's also like the Battle Royale, which we haven't really been touching on as much, but it is fun too. I'm more into like the not exclusively shooting at people kind of vibe. I kind of like the environment as well. Which, the environment being included, is also where I have also jumped back into Hunt Showdown. Huge fan.
I was just about to say, if I was going to get it back into one, I would play Hunt Showdown.
Yes. Oh my god. I was so upset because I started playing it the other day on my own. I was like, wow, this is really fun. First of all, Hunt Showdown is very hard. I died multiple games in a row without even getting a shot off on an enemy player, just getting absolutely brutalized, right? And then I told Tyler, not Tyler about it. I told Warzone Eric about it, and he was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so he got the game, he got it on sale, and we met up this one night, and we were gonna play together, and then we realized it wasn't cross platform to PC, which is so stupid. It's only on console. I was like, no. So he's gonna return it and everything, but I'm already into the game now, so I have to keep playing. I just gotta find a buddy to play with now.
Yeah, I loved Hunt Show. I think about Hunt Showdown probably once a week. Like I think about the times that I had playing it, even though I played it for like 3 weeks. Like
yeah,
I think back to those times like so fondly. It was a great game.
You streamed it for a while. We played it together a few times, but it wasn't enough for me to really get into it. Like I actually feel like this is something I could play for a little while if I can get some buds together to do it.
Yeah. No, Hunt Showdown is a beautifully crafted game. If you guys don't know what it is, like it's literally sort of like Escape from Tarkov, except you have an objective, and that objective is to kill the big boss and get out with his loot.
But you don't just kill the boss. You have to fight your way to it through like this dystopian, horrible world. There's like zombies and large, grotesque creatures that have no heads and just really scary stuff. And when you finally beat the creature, which is hard to do, I very rarely beat them. They usually eat me. There's a couple of them. When you beat them, you have to banish them. So once you start the banishment, you have to defend.
Now you have to defend this area while everybody on the map knows where you're at.
Yes, the coolest part of this game, I don't care what anybody says, the way that you track things in this game is with what they call dark sight. And when someone is banishing a creature, so it's called like a bounty, right? So when someone kills a creature, banishes it, and picks up the bounty and tries to get to the exfil, it's kind of like, I imagine like a Tarkov kind of a thing. You're able to look through your dark sight, and it shows just this massive lightning storm coming down onto whatever player has it. It's the sickest thing ever, and I have not seen a game bring in like a vision like that. Like everyone's seen like the Assassin's Creed, whatever you call it, like the Eagle Vision, where you can see like clues and stuff. And there's other games that have similar vibes as to that, like, oh look, there's footprints over there or something along those lines, like a sonar. This is very cool and different. This game really feels different than a lot of others.
Beautifully made game, so fun to play. I don't think the community is as big as it was when it released, but it's still good.
No, I don't think it's as big as it was before. It definitely was massive for a while. I don't know if it was like Women's Month or Women's Awareness Month or something recently. They did because the main theme of the game, it's like it's really cool. It's this dude just like humming this tune that you can't get out of your head once you listen to it for the rest of the day. But for whatever it was, whatever holiday or Awareness Month had passed, they did like the female version, which was really cool. It was a little higher pitched and it was neat. And they do a Christmas version too. I don't know if you've seen the Christmas version, Seth, where instead of the guy humming, it goes ho 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 ho. It's just the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome.
I hope they Christmasify the game too. That would be dope.
Yeah, no, I kind of miss the game now. You're making me miss the game.
Yeah. One of these days, let me know. You could pop on PlayStation or Xbox. We'll give it a go. I'm definitely down.
I'd be totally in. Now I have recently bought a bunch of games, and I don't have any free time, so I don't know why I have all these games. But I bought. You already know I bought Street Fighter and Diablo 4.
Street Fighter, did buy the Street Fighter.
I have been playing. Yeah, so I've been playing Street Fighter on and off. I ranked up to silver, or I was just about to go into gold whenever I took a little break. Because I was just testing out characters. I would test a character out and get all the way up to like silver or gold like ranking, and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna bounce over and like try this character out. And I haven't found my footing in the game yet. And then that's when I started playing Trails in the Sky again, and I was like, I gotta commit to this if I'm gonna finish. Diablo has been another thing for me where I thought when Diablo was releasing, like I've played a little bit of Diablo 2, I think a long time ago. And jumping into Diablo 4, I was thinking like, oh yeah, I'm probably going to get like hooked on this game. I'll be playing it in my free time. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to have like a story and it's going to be good. And I'm going to jump in and it's going to be interesting. I jumped in and it's okay. Like, I just think it's okay.
Okay.
So I paid the full price for the game and I've been playing it and I have the disc version. And playing the game, I'm just like, all right. I mean, it feels like just a loot grindy game. It's like a Lizard Brain kind of game, you know? Like, you sit down, you grind, you get gear, you equip the gear. It has green, so stat go up.
It's okay. I don't know if I'm looking for something like that right now, though.
Yeah, and so I'm happy that it's in my library. Like, okay, I played this for like maybe 10 hours total right now. But the story hasn't gripped me. The gameplay is kind of mindless, like where I'm just kind of shooting off spells and trying a couple of things out. And I think it does have some more in-depth mechanics if you take the time to get into that. But there's so much stuff releasing this year that I just am more interested in, that I'm like, I will get back to this when I feel like it. Like if I have like a month of dead time, that's when I'll play Diablo 4.
Oh, well, that's disappointing because I had heard really good things about the Diablo series. I still don't really know what it's about. It looks kind of like a Baldur's Gate type of a vibe where everyone's taking turns fighting. But it, to me, at least, it sounds like it's got some sort of a Doom vibe to it, where it's like, destroy all the demons and the evils and things, which I'm super into.
So yeah, it's literally top down, like, and it's not take your turns like you do in Diablo. Like, it's not turn-based strategy combat. This is like you're running, like twin stick shooters where like you're running around shooting with both sticks.
Yeah.
It's like that, except you just use one stick and you shoot spells and magic stuff off, or like hack and slash as a rogue. And you're basically running through hordes of demons. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm always down to just destroy a bunch of demons, but I don't know if that's necessarily I don't know if I like top-down stuff for the most part.
I don't have enough free time right now to commit to just mindlessly killing demons. Like, if I'm gonna play something, I'm gonna like experience something that like relaxes me,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think video games relax me, but
story-based games relax me. So like playing Trails is nice. I'm sure that if I get into Baldur's Gate and it's like a turn-based game with a lot of story, I'll be into that. So yeah, games like that are my vibe. So I'm like, okay, these games are here these are my Lizard Brain games. Like the games, like if I have downtime and I'm not going to be worrying about anything, I'll play some Street Fighter. I'll play some Diablo. But Now they're just sitting in my library as money that was used.
Oh man. Well, I mean, hopefully we get some good use out of them soon. I would love to go back to play some Mortal Kombat again. It's been a while since I played that. But
You're
right
gonna have
now
to
I'm
play
having.
Mortal Kombat 1 when it comes out.
I know, I know. I haven't seen the newest stuff on it for this last week. I'm not sure if they released any other trailers or like exclusive characters you can get. But we talked about it was a couple podcasts ago, I feel like, where we talked about how cool that first trailer was. I actually
It was
went
awesome.
back. I went back and watched the old trailers for the other games too. It's like, man, this is so cool, just to get hyped up. Oh man, I hope it comes out soon. I don't know when it is.
Yeah, I'm not a fighting game or Mortal Kombat guy. Like I bought Street Fighter because I wanted to play some. I wanted to see what that life was, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and I've been having a blast with it, and I intend to continue playing more. But the getting into like Mortal Kombat and a bunch of fighting games, I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You should, honestly, we should get a Minecraft game going again one of these days. I know we tried to beat the Ender
I
Dragon in one day. I so want to do it.
Yeah,
I want to give it another try.
I still want to do it too.
It seems like everyone's not as into it, but I think that would just be the greatest thing. If we could just time slot like 4 or 5 hours to sit down, I think we can do it. We all
I
work
think we can
together.
do it too. The first time was just a bad attempt.
Well, I think we all hadn't played in a while, first of all, so we had to get used to the game again. Then we had to learn some of the mechanics, and then we had to learn how we worked. Like we didn't know each other's roles and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I think now, if we were to go about it again, we had a little practice. I think a new update actually came out recently that I have not tried. There's like a new mob or something called the Sniffer that can like sniff out old seeds or something. I don't know.
See, I think the play is we need to plan ahead. We need to be like, hey, this is how we're doing it. We just need to go in and execute, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
personally, I really like mining and bringing stuff back. I'm not the builder, and I am not the guy who is going to be creating all the things we need. I'm the guy who goes out and gets the stuff.
I want to see. I want someone to do that for me so I can build the stuff. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, no, I would love for like as much of my time to be like, okay, I'm gonna go out and get like a stack of iron, a stack of this, and like get some diamonds. And I'll bring them back to you.
Man, I love
And so
mining.
we need to set, if we're gonna do this, we need to set roles and we need to execute on those roles. Because last time we were like, let's just do it. Let's just go beat the Ender Dragon.
And it was a good attempt. I will say it was for
Yeah.
what I expected. It was a good attempt.
Hey, we almost got there.
We kind of almost sort of ish. I think
Yeah.
we got stuck up on the portal thing. We were trying to like link the portal and it wouldn't bring us to the right place,
Uh-huh.
and the Nether kept killing us and lava burning all of our items that we were
Well, it
working
was
so
'cause
hard for.
we couldn't find blaze rods. That was the big issue.
Yeah. Well, you can't get to the end if you don't have blaze rods, so we had to keep looking.
No, exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. We spent probably 2.5 hours looking for blaze rods.
Oh, did you see they're changing the netherite system and what was it? Oh, the armor. It's just cosmetic, has nothing to do with strength or anything like that. But if you were ever sick and tired of just seeing like iron armor or diamond armor or whatever, they now have accents, and so now you can accent all of your armor with different colors and dyes. And so they did like the calculation. There's like 800 different possibilities or something. So you can actually look a little different now instead of just the same outfit for every single person. So I'm kind of stoked
I'm
about
into
playing
that.
again. Yeah, I think it's dope. Nothing crazy, but just a little quality of life kind of thing, you know, just to feel a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see. I feel like I had something else I wanted to talk about. I always get to this moment where I'm like, oh, we've talked about so much. Now I can't remember the things I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, let me just toss something out there. I've been thinking about this since we started talking. Last week you were talking about it was one of your favorite encounters with the Hag Coven, right?
Yes.
I loved fighting the Hag Coven. I was getting so not during the session per se, but I was getting so agitated, right? Because as this super high level wizard, I still have a whole bunch of spells that I haven't cast, right? And I've been preparing them and unpreparing them. And I now, because I have so many spells, I told you I made an Excel spreadsheet of all of my spells, and I've organized them and I highlight different ones. So like when I want to go prep, right, for the day, I pick which spells and I highlight them, and I have ones that I can cast innately in purple and stuff like that, you know, like with magic items and things and ritual spells. It really helps me keep everything organized instead of just going on the back of the sheet and erasing stuff and blah, 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 blah. But regardless, right, one spell that I have had prepared since whenever I could start casting 6th level spells, I think it's like 3-4 levels now, right? I have had Scatter prepared for like the longest time. There was one time where it was a really good opportunity to use it, but I how should I say? I underestimated how strong those shadow creatures were when everyone was in that pit, right? Because that would have
Yeah.
been a perfect use for it. I would have pulled everyone out of the pit, right? And then I hit myself in the head for like, I should have used it earlier, blah blah blah. But the Hag Coven, this last session, I unprepared it before we got there. And I was so upset because
Oh man.
everyone was in water or restrained, and there was long distance spell preparation where we were trying to counterspell things. Scatter would have been the perfect spell to have for that combat. And
Yep.
I was like, oh, I'll just use that. And I realized I unhighlighted it. And I was so pissed because I wanted to use that spell so bad. Oh my gosh. I've been thinking about how I would cast it too. And I'm thinking like, I like the idea of like I'm the time and space wizard, right? So the idea of altering reality, kind of like Doctor Strange. And so I think back to that movie, what was it, Inception, where the city like folds in half and like closes in on itself. I wanted to do one of those where everyone gets to just pick where they go at that point, and it would have just been like a reset on the battlefield. We wouldn't have been hit by the
Yeah.
tsunami spell. It would have been so sick. I was so sad I did not get to use it. I blame you, Seth. I blame you entirely.
Well, I'll say that I think it was probably I think the reason it was one of my favorite encounters like that I've run is because one, yeah, I had a lot to do in it. Like normally I've been working for years on figuring out how to make combat fun for not only you guys but for me.
Mm-hmm,
Because I don't want to like make something overpowered and like kill someone, but at the same time, um figuring out action economy is really hard.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like the science behind action economy. And I think that it was the perfect action economy because I had three bosses, but they all shared everything, you know? So they're all these strong witches, but they all share spell slots, they all share legendary actions, they all share legendary resistances. And that's something that I talked to Zach about last week where I was like, it's really helpful to have your bosses like share those kinds of things. So like if you had like a boss and a pet, like maybe have them share legendary resistances or like share legendary actions because
Mm-hmm.
then each creature has more things that it can do individually. And so each of these sisters, like if I needed it, had a legendary resistance, or like they all shared them. So if one sister wants to use all three, that's fine, but then no one has them. They all shared these spell slots, but they also each had once a day casting abilities, or not once a day casting abilities, but like spells they could cast a certain amount of times per day. Like the water sister Savathun, she could have cast 3 Cone of Colds, like because she could just cast 3 a day.
Yeah, but you
Um,
got to share those spell slots with your sisters, though.
well, no. Those were her like innate ones. The spell
Oh,
slots they were sharing, but like so the tsunami that was their 1/8 level spell slot. Um,
gotcha. Okay. Is
but
it eighth level?
but
Gosh dang.
yeah, yeah, that was her 1/8 level spell slot, and then but Kona Cold's were like her innate spell. Like she could cast that 3 times a day, all without wasting theirs.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cool.
so yeah, having all of those things plus their minions, I was like, this is a balanced encounter. Like if it was yeah, I think that's why it was so fun for me because it felt so balanced. Like where you if the dice went one way, you guys could have been in a bad spot. If the dice went the other way, like they lose. Which you had that nat 20 in the bag, which pretty much ended the combat.
Oh, I was so glad I still had that. I really was. I think I
I
forgot
remember
about
you
it
told
until
me
we
it like
started
3 weeks
fighting.
ago.
Yeah, because I've been sitting on this whole time. I've been think about we play every so often, so I roll a nat 20 at the end of the session because we go to sleep. And it's like, well, I'll use that a month from now, and it did. It came in
Yeah,
handy.
yeah. I remember you saying like, okay, I have this, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then 3 weeks later or 3 sessions later, you're like, I'm gonna use that.
I was so worried it was gonna go to waste. I did have one nat 20 go to waste before because we just didn't have the opportunity to use it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that was sad. But jumping back to you were talking about the combat with like the shared interaction, the shared attack actions and stuff like that. I'm glad you decided to use that because I know we talked about it once before where I had that one off that we never finished because I'm super long-winded. Where there was like the blood mage and the blood magic and we had to chop off
Mm-hmm.
Patrick's arm. That was the end boss in that one was two legendary creatures that were supposed to share all of their economy, right? So they had a shared pool of attack actions and stuff, and it was going to be this massive hill giant that was like all armored up and ready. He was basically like the meat shield, and then riding him on top was this little like lizard folk guy who would crawl around him. He's very like primal, very Gloomstalker Ranger kind of a vibe, but he had blood magic. And so he was going to be buffing and debuffing him, like jumping in and out of range from you guys and like going into cave. It was going to be really cool. And so I love that you did the shared actions because it feels different to me. Like obviously it's not as strong as having multiple bosses all with their own stuff. But to me, when everyone's like linked together, it feels like you're going up against just like a swarm of bosses. It's very interesting. And it honestly, it's very intimidating. That whole combat, I wasn't sure if we were going to win or going to lose. It was kind of back and forth. But I've also learned to kind of just put a little more faith into our party just because we do so much damage and we actually usually have a lot of the tools that we need. But I feel like halfway through I was like, yeah, we got this covered, you know?
Well, I was a little bit scared at the beginning when I restrained all of you and was like, I'm just gonna blast them with AoE spells. I was like, I'm just gonna start blasting them, and see what happens. And the wall of water, the restrain, and then the tsunami back to back. I was like,
scatter would have been perfect, man. It would have been great.
Oh, it would have been perfect. I got a little bit scared because I was like, I have trapped them in a doorway with 3 extremely powerful spellcasters.
Oh, I know. I love caster on caster combat though. It's so dynamic.
Yeah, the counterspell economy going off.
Yeah.
Having I came up with the idea to use their elementals as familiars, like pretty like on the fly, where I was like, that's a really cool idea. Let me just put that down for them.
Yeah, that was sick.
To where like it made a really good combat, especially for Zephyra, the sister who stayed like way out of combat, like way away from you guys.
Yeah, so I guess she was casting through its eyes, so that I guess if we had defeated her familiars, I guess she wouldn't be able to do anything really.
Yeah, so she could summon 2 more familiars, which is what she did back there.
Gotcha.
And then I just had her sending those in and casting spells through them. So I was like, this is very interesting, extremely dynamic, and I look forward to having more combats like it in the future. But we are running up here on the end of the episode, so we're going to have to get into the post-show, which you can listen to on patreon.com/Table Talk Friday, where, who is it? Good Old Gamer is subscribed and listening to our podcast every week. He's always there giving us the best support, and I'm so happy to have him. We can also have you. If you want to check us out, go over to patreon.com/Table Talk Friday and check that out. We have a Twitter account. That's the end of that. And we also have YouTube and TikToks at Table Talk or at Table Talk Friday on each of those individual websites.
There you go. You got it.
Other than that, we don't have Zach here, so I guess we're gonna have to have the Silent Man take us out.